Alright, what is up, guys? We're here again with another Pokemon Sword and Shield ranked doubles battle video. We're changing up a little bit this time as we have, as you can see on the screen, a slightly different team. I saw a rental team that I kind of wanted to test out that still used the Raichu Gyarados core that we have been enjoying, but it changes things up a little bit. It brings in Incineroar and Togekiss, which I did say I wanted to bring back, as well as bringing Gothitelle and Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr in an amazing spot right now. Very strong Pokemon, and Gothitelle, super interesting things you guys can do with that with its Shadow Tag ability. So here's the team in the comments below. We're gonna have the Pokepaste and also the rental code, and a big shout out to AU Plays, which is where we got the idea and the rental codes for this team from. Great YouTuber. I'll also have a link to their channel in the description below. So with that being said, let's jump into the games and see how we try this team out. Alright guys, and we have our first game here, so let's check out what we're playing against. It looks like Grimmsnarl, Duraludon, Conkeldurr, Tyranitar, Gastrodon, and Chandelure. So we do have to watch out for the Duraludon. Has a really good matchup against the Gyarados that we have to watch out for a bit. Thinking maybe we start Gyarados next to Conkeldurr. Yeah, I'm honestly perfectly okay with this. Have Raichu in the back. If he leads with Duraludon, I switch Gyarados into the Raichu, expecting the max lightning. And I don't mind the Togekiss. Do you want an answer to their Conk? Our Gyarados does that as well, though. Yeah, Togekiss seems fine. I was thinking Togekiss or Incineroar. We get to bring in the Conkeldurr, which is new to the team. That's a cool background. Very basic trainer card, though. And let's see what we got here. I'm expecting the Duraludon. Chandelure Duraludon. Alright, so pretty similar to what I expected. We're gonna swap Gyarados out into Raichu. And we're gonna check something out real quick. Duraludon G-maxed. Close combat damage is about 50%. But if I close combat, I'm getting KO'd by the Chandelure, right? 100%. I need to break the Chandelure sash. I'll go Rock Slide on turn 1. More worried about the Chandelure, honestly, the first couple of turns, because the Duraludon, I'm assuming we're gonna absorb that first turn attack. See if we predicted that correctly. I'm expecting Max Lightning. He could also Max Dragon if he was predicting the switch, because that also would hurt my Conkeldurr. Ally switch doesn't matter, which is good to know that we have that option. And it is a Max Steel. Okay. It is going all in on that Conk. Raising their defenses up a little bit. Good damage on the Conkeldurr as well. It is a Life Orb. Oh, and it avoids the attack. Wouldn't have done a lot, but still, that's annoying. We're gonna nuzzle the Dora. Rock Slide. Let's see what we got here. Turn 1 is done of his G-Max. He's got +1 special defense, +1 defense. Alright, get the paralysis off. Heat Wave? Yeah. Need our choice specs, but still don't love that. Alright, so that's a fast Shandy. And he gets the Max Steel Spike off, which will KO the Raichu. +2 defense, so we're definitely Dynamaxing the Togekiss here. Basic turn, we're going Waterfall into the Chandelure. And Max Starfall. I think Max Airstream makes more sense. Nah, Max Starfall into the Dora. I wanted to hit it for max damage. I don't think I need the extra speed on the Gyarados. He should pick up the KO if he doesn't swap out for the Gastrodon. No allies, look. So that'll KO the Shandy. We're gonna get a Max Starfall onto the door, and we get the Moxie boost onto the Gyarados, which could potentially come into play. A Paralysis on the Duralin would be really nice right here. Oh, brother, that's a crit. Alright. Holy Togekiss damage, Batman. What the? Oof. 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 I know Duralinen has really bad special defense, but I didn't expect that to Oko. Even off a crit. That was just oof. So we're definitely power ripping into the Gastrodon and max airstreaming into the Conkeldurr, right? Or is it not to? Actually, I'm faster than both. We'll max Starfall into the Conkeldurr because we have Fairy Terrain up, which will increase our damage. And we're in a phenomenal spot after that. That's fine. And max Starfall should Oka. Maybe not Oka, but it's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, it does Oka. Togekiss coming in super clutch. Back-to-back critical hits. I thought we were in a bad spot after that first turn. We didn't predict the max Steel Spike. But we knew once he was setting up his defenses that we wanted to just go into a Togekiss game. And Togekiss, we bring it in for the first time on this team, and it just comes up super clutch. Got bailed out a little bit by that critical hit, I think. I don't think it KOs without the crit. But that's why you put Scope Lens on it. 50% crit chance there. And we come out with a win. So we're gonna head into the next game, and I got none. There was nothing really predicted or honestly that elaborate in that game. We got a little bit lucky, but sometimes we take those. So let's go to the next game. All right, so we got another quick game right there. I'm still like wowed over the damage that Togekiss ended up doing there. I did not expect to pull that one out. And interesting team here. Venusaur is definitely threatening, but he doesn't have a Sunsetter that I recognize, so we can go for some quick plays on that. Alolan Ninetales is also going to be a little bit annoying, but we do have the Gyarados for that as well. I definitely like Gyarados Dynamaxing here, and I like it paired. I kind of like it paired with Gothitelle this game. I don't want them to switch. I want whatever he starts in there stuck with the Gyarados, because I can hit almost all of them for super effective with Gyarados. I do like Incineroar in the back to neuter the Rhyperior a little bit. It doesn't have Parting Shot, which I wish it did, personally, but that's fine. And as for the last Pokemon, I don't think we need Conkeer. I think Raichu's pretty good in the back. Is Raichu or Togekiss? I think we could go with Raichu and just support the Gyarados. All three of my Pokemon are really here to just support Gyarados. So we're definitely going for a Gyara-fueled win. Try and get a couple of Moxie boosts as well. Let's see what he starts with. There's a couple of Pokemon that are good starting Pokemon for him. Maybe a Venusaur plus Ninetales. Venusaur and Togekiss. Right. So, Max Flare. Right, like a Max Flare. To set the sun and protect on the Venusaur. Which if you're protecting on Venusaur, but you're gonna Dynamax the Togekiss, so that doesn't really help here. Let's go for that. I'm expecting Max Flare is probably going into that Goth slot. He can't switch out. So we know we have at least one turn of this. The Venusaur, I think, protects. I don't think it's going to want to take a Max Airstream. And it was definitely the obvious fake out target. Still going to take some damage from Airstream, which is going to break its Sash if it has one. It has to protect, right? And then Togekiss G-Maxes and sets up the Sun. Which is why we switch out there. So now Raichu has the fake out for next turn. So even if he does protect, we can still fake it out next turn and stop him from getting that sleep powder off onto the Gyarados. Yep, there's the protect. As expected. Here comes the Max Flare into the Raichu slot. Max Airstream into the Raichu, into the, oh, still the Raichu slot, okay. So I don't think we actually, we're still faster than the Venusaur. So we could just Max Airstream into the Venusaur and actually Eerie Impulse the Togekiss. And that should be fine. I don't want to hit Togekiss with an electric type attack in case it is weakness policy. So I'm just going to neuter its attack and focus on its teammate. We saw that the first attack from the Togekiss didn't crit, so it could have just been the other coin flip of that 50% crit chance, but it's not worth risking. Get the safe, smart play here. We knew he had a faster Gyarados than his Venusaur because he didn't have the Sun Up. So Max Airstream is going to KO there before he can do anything. And now we have a -2 attack Togekiss. Does pick up the KO still. Let's see if it crit. It does crit. Okay, so it's Crit Kiss. More than likely. Go 1 for 1 there. And we can bring out our Gothitelle again. And trap whatever he brings in. Ninetales. Okay. Which is fine. Gonna set up the snow. I think the play here is Max Geyser into the Togekiss to reset the weather. Actually, we can Max Geyser into the Ninetales and fake out the Ninetales. We definitely want to fake out the Ninetales, and I definitely want to change the weather. I think Ninetales protects. Yeah, that's fine. But I want to change the weather because I don't want Aura Sphere to... Aurora Veil to have a chance to get up. We should be faster because we have +2 speed. Max Airstream. That didn't fall off. That's a crit. Yep. So it is Crit Kiss. defenses are down. And I think we just go for the Ninetales KO and set up Psychic and get some chip damage onto Togekiss. We are faster, it is raining, and we are plus, so that's gonna KO for sure. Yep. So now we're at +2. Imprison doesn't really help too much at this point. Critical hit. And we'll just get some chip damage here. Pretty good damage, actually. So I can cycle my fake outs now? Can't cycle my fake outs now. We actually have to fully commit here. We have to power up the Milotic. And we have to just go for a Psychic onto the Togekiss. I do not want to get in a situation where... Fuck. Every single thing for it. Oh, that's unfortunate, for sure. So here's the move that we're doing. We're bringing in an Incineroar, which is unfortunate because it's gonna proc the competitive on Milotic, but I want that double fake out. I think the Milotic goes for Hypnosis. I don't think the Milotic goes for damage here, which is why we're gonna Waterfall into the Togekiss. Pick up the KO on Togekiss right here, 100%, because we're +2 Gyarados. And I think Milotic goes for a Hypnosis. However, Gyarados as a Lumberry. Milotic goes for Recover. Even better. That's fine. That's beautiful. Alright, we're in a good spot now. That Togekiss did so much damage to us, though. That was like 5 crits out of 6. We're gonna go for a Power Whip. And there's no reason not to go for a Fake Out. If he protects, he protects. If he doesn't, he doesn't. This also gives us 2 chances to hit the Power Whip. And that one hits. That should KO. It's a +3 Gyarados. Boom. Good game, good game, good game. It was a little scary having to bring in the Incineroar there, but I needed that double fake out option in the end. And after seeing him coil, I had to assume that he was going to go for a Hypnosis and shut down the Gyarados. So I knew I had to go into the Togekiss slot to pick up that KO. It was unfortunate that the first Power Whip missed. This never happens. We don't even get in that situation if that hits, but get the KO, and we're gonna move on to the next game here. All right, so we're back here again. A Giant Seed, apparently Wild Area, and let's see what we got. A Togedemaru, that's cool. Silvally, Dragapult, Clops, Arcanine, and a Milotic. So I think this looks like a Raichu Togekiss Dynamax game. Togedemaru is definitely super annoying. But actually, I think Gothitelle Togekiss here could be really strong. Imprison if it's Dusclops start. But I don't see why you would bring in Dusclops here. But I think that's the safe play. We get the fake out support still either way. You get Raichu in the back. And Incineroar in the back is... Do we want Incineroar in the back here? Or do we want Gyarados? It's weird bringing Gyarados if I'm not Dynamaxing. And he doesn't really hit most of that team for super effective. I think we bring Incineroar and we just work around the Milotic. Milotic's the only thing I'm really worried about with that Digress coverage from Gyarados, but Togekiss is really good against the rest of that team. I like their trainer card. That's cool. Alright. It's got a fluffy vest on there. Dragapult in Dusclops. Alright, so I see no reason why I don't just go for a Dazzling Gleam. And a Psychic. Or a Trick Room. I could set up Trick Room, because Dragapult's faster than I am. Yeah. Alright. Procs his own weakness policy. Thunderbolt. Lost 2 Thunderbolt, and we live it. That's gotta pick up the KO there. It doesn't. My ninja. So we're gonna switch out the Togekiss into the Raichu, and we're gonna clean up that KO on the Dragapult with a Psychic. And that did nothing. Psychic's gonna pick up the KO here. And we get the 1-0 lead. That was an interesting start for the Shadow Sneak self-weakness policy proc. Weird that you don't Dynamax though if you're gonna do something like that. But Togedemaru. This is just a fake out. We're faster, which means we're slower actually. Neither of those give an offensive threat, but they're still annoying. Alright, so quick fake out, and we'll switch Gothitelle into Incineroar. Get the minus. Let's me get Incineroar in early in case there's a Milotic in the back, and Snarl's pretty good against both of them. I do get the fake out earlier because he is slower, which means he's faster. And the Shadow Sneak is going into the Incineroar slot, which is going to do absolutely nothing. Does he keep in? If you're him, do you in the maybe? Right? Maybe. I don't think you can keep in Togedemaru, right? I think you have to switch it out. So I think we get a Snarl off here. No, I think we still Flare Blitz into that slot. What does he got in the back? Probably... Didn't think I'd ever do this. So we're gonna Dynamax the Incineroar here. And Max Darkness into the slot of the Dusclops here. I took too much damage on the Togekiss to want to Dynamax the Togekiss, and the Incineroar gives me more offensive firepower than the Gothitelle does, and it's super effective against a couple of them. It's gonna have a lot of health too, 392. Definitely didn't expect to Dynamax Incineroar today. I can tell you that much. Here comes the helping hand. Max Darkness coming out. A little bit of chip damage. More importantly, it's gonna lower their special defenses if we do get the Togekiss back in later. That's gonna come into hand. And Zip Zap does nothing. Alright, so same situation. We're gonna fake out and we're gonna max flare both into that Togedemaru slot. He's got to fake out now, but he can't switch out, is what we know, because of the shadow tag. So there should be a free KO. If you ally switch, that's the only thing I could see, but even ally switch, you're taking some damage. He still does have his Dynamax in the back. We do have to worry about that. But other than that, all right, so we get the fake out. which is going to break the sash if it has one. It does ally switch. Okay. And we do get the max flare, which does some pretty good damage. And the Togedemaru is going to be flinched still, so it can't move. Twisted Dimensions return back to normal. So we're going to Psychic the Dusclops, and we're going to max flare the Togedemaru. If he does that again, either way, we're KOing whatever we hit with the Incinnabun. This is our third turn of Dynamax, though, so he is going to have the Dynamax advantage in the back. But it will be a 4v1 at that point. Granted, my Pokemon have taken some pretty harsh damage. Helping Hand. Iron Head. How much damage does that do? Nothing. Alright, so there should be KO onto the Togedemaru, which it is. And I don't think Psychic will KO. That is not a offensive Gothitelle. But we'll get some chip damage here. We do know he has Ally Switch. We do know... Oh, it does KO. That honestly did way more damage than I expected it to. So he has Dynamax on whatever this is. However, it is a 4v1. So we have that going for us. I think we swap out the Gothitelle, bring in the Raichu for a Fake Out. And is Silvally, it could be either... I think we just go for damage here on our Incineroar. Either way, we're gonna get a Fake Out option next turn. I don't know, because Silvally is base 95 attack and base 95 special attack, so it could be either one. It is also faster than us. Maybe we could have set up the Trick Room here. But let's find out. Fighting, probably going into the Incineroar, super effective. It didn't do that much damage. Does raise its attack though, so it makes me think that it is a physical attacker. We're gonna grab the Nuzzle here, and I think we switch the Incineroar out for the Gothitelle. Raichu is definitely faster. We're getting the Nuzzle off here, which is beautiful. Gets a little bit of chip damage, which is nice, but more importantly, that paralysis. And we still have that 4v1 Max Knuckle. If he goes into the same slot, won't do too much damage. He does, which is a beautiful play. So we expected that because he wants to power himself up, right? That's his only chance of 4v1ing. And now we get a Volt Switch and a Psychic. Just chip damage all the way. And we are faster than him with anything we have at this point. He can't go for another Max Knuckle, right? He just has to straight up whatever else he has. So I think we can safely go Incineroar here with our defenses. Well, he could Max Knuckle into the Raichu slot. Would be unfortunate if he did that. Probably safer would have been to bring in the Togekiss, but I did want to get the Intimidate off, so he's only at +1 attack instead of +2 attack. Max Strike, so the normal type, into the Gothitelle, and we live because of that. Beautiful, beautiful Intimidate. We do get minus speed, but that shouldn't make a difference. The paralysis still has us in a really good spot. G-Max and Dynamaxing Incineroar and Gothitelle going up big here. The Togekiss, which was supposed to be the offensive threat this game, really just having that first turn KO on Dragapult. and then immediately neutered because of that self-weakness policy proc. Didn't really do too much this game, but we're in a really good spot regardless. Probably should have went for fake out there, but we do have the fake out on the back on Raichu, even if somehow he gets a double KO. Multi-attack, so he's faster than us now. Okay. Psychic, but it doesn't matter. Psychic shouldn't get the KO. It does. I'm honestly... Gothitelle does way more damage than I expected both games. We won the last game with the well, we KO'd the Dusclops with the Gothitelle as well. So we're bringing the Gothitelle, and it helps out big time, I think, with not letting him switch out to Pokemon. Incineroar coming up with the Dynamax clutch, KOing that Togedemaru, and doing some really nice damage to the Dusclops. The special defense drop also helped from the Dusclops on that damage earlier. So let's head into another game, and we'll do one or two more and see how we feel with the team after that. All right, here we go against Wayne in what might be the final game. Unfortunate loss in that last one, but it was a close one. I definitely did not expect that Chandelure to be faster with the Scarf. You usually focus Sashers, so I definitely anticipated that incorrectly. I thought it would be slower than the Raichu, which would have let me do the double nuzzle, which would have actually won us the game. So just a cool trick on his abilities, which was unexpected. Into this final game, we got 1 minute on the clock. He's got the Sand Brothers, Togekiss, Gyarados, Whimsicott in Gardevoir is interesting. Don't see Gardevoir too often. I see no reason why we can't. So 3 of his teammates are super weak to, super hurt by Intimidate. I see no reason not to go Incineroar with Gyarados as our lead. And we also have the fake out on the Incineroar, and even if we needed to, the U-turn. Definitely love me some Conkeldurr in the back, but we do need to worry about the Togekiss and the Gyarados against the Conkeldurr. They have some nice matchups. We do have Rock Slide on it, though, which does hit them super effectively, and I think Raichu in the back is pretty good as well. So, no Gothitelle and no Togekiss on this one. And let's see what we got. Going up against Wayne. Not what I expected Wayne to look like. And cool avatar, though, that background. It's pretty cool. And let's see what they got here. Might be the last one. I don't want to make this video too long for you guys. We will have a new team set up for next week. Square Shiny. We will have a new team set up for you next week. One of my own that I am in the process of making. We use the rental code this week to give one more similar Gyarados Raichu look with a slightly different twist on it for you guys. Next week I want to do something with G-Max Charizard, now that solar power G-Max Charizard is legal. Nice move by our opponent to not use either of his Pokemon that were weak to the Intimidate. I think we just go fake out here and max Airstream. Get some damage onto the Togekiss. So we are faster than him, assuming that the Togekiss is also Dynamaxing, and we will remain faster than him because of max Airstream. Speed Wars being very important. So up to 340 HP we go. And no D-Max, no Dynamax from our opponent. That's a lot of damage onto that Gardevoir. And a lot of damage onto the Togekiss. Beautiful. That was honestly way more than I expected there. Dazzling Gleam's going to do some nice chip damage to the Incineroar, but it doesn't do that much to the Gyarados. We also saw that the Gothitelle was the slowest thing on the field. So let's U-turn into the Goth. And a Max Geyser into the Togekiss slot will pick up that KO. We are faster than it, so no real fear of shenanigans. And the Pokemon that he has in the back are almost all weak or don't resist at least the Max Geyser. We'll get up the Rain, and we're U-turning, which means we can max Airstream next turn, and by doing that, we get a free Airstream. So he goes for a double protect, just stalling out a turn of Dynamax here. Which is fine, I get my Rain set up still. Whatever he has in the backs is going to be his Dynamax Pokemon. So what we're going to do is we're going to Flare Blitz into the Togekiss. And we're going to Max Geyser into the Gardevoir and KO that. With how much damage it took from the Fake Out, Max Geyser in the range should definitely KO this. Now, it's a little risky here because I could have just went into the Togekiss and got the KO for free there without taking some chip damage back. But the Gardevoir, I don't want on the board. And I'm fairly certain we're going to get that KO here. We do get a Helping Hand, which is fine. Max Geyser should KO, so we actually get some free damage this turn if that is the case. And it does, as expected. When I saw how much damage that Fake Out did, I haven't played against too many Gardevoir, so I wasn't entirely sure what its defenses and damage in general would be. But Flare Blitz should pick up the KO still here. And it does, so we get a nice 2-0 advantage here. A little bit of recoil damage, not a big deal. It's probably going to bring in maybe Tyranitar Excadrill. There is the Excadrill. And probably Tyranitar, right? Nope, Gyarados. Okay. That's fun. So that tells me that he wants his Excadrill to be his focus this game. And Gyarados is also Moxie, so it might be the Gyarados here. So this is an easy swap out for Raichu. And just Waterfall into the Excadrill slot. I see no reason not to make this play. We're gonna have Fake Out next turn for whatever he doesn't Dynamax, and we're gonna have the Intimidate in the back, which is strong against both of these Pokemon. Could have U-turned, but I wanted to preserve the Incineroar in case they double into him and KO it before it got that U-turn off. So it is a Gyarados getting the Dynamax, which is honestly interesting. I think the Excadrill is a better matchup against what I showed. I do have Conkeldurr in the back, but he doesn't know that. This is gonna KO unless it's Scarfed, Sashed rather. It is Sashed, so it gets one turn. Earthquake maybe. Rock Slide, yeah, same concept. Who do you go to KO? My Gyarados or my Raichu? Does KO the Raichu. And he gets the Moxie boost onto his Gyarados. Alright, so we have a play here. We have a play here. I'm gonna go Incineroar. We're gonna get -1 on both of those. If I'm my opponent, Incineroar is not a real threat. Fake Out will KO the Excadrill. And honestly, Bounce into his Gyarados is going to give me a pseudo Protect. What honestly a better Protect. It gives me a Max Guard. He does Protect on his Excadrill. Let's see if he reads that though. Maybe he does go into the Incineroar anyway because he wants to get the... Nope, okay, we did read that. We did. Perfect. And we'll just click Snarl. If he KOs us, he KOs us. This is his last turn of Dynamax. I'd rather the Mach Punch in the back for a rainy day. Nice damage right there. And the paralysis, oh, that's beautiful. High horsepower is gonna pick up a KO. It doesn't. And we get the berry off. Now is Incineroar faster now that he's paralyzed? And he is. That was such a clutch paralysis right there. The special attack drop doesn't matter, but it lets us knock out the it lets us get that knockout a turn earlier. That was really clutch for us. So now we're faster, or we were faster than his Gyarados. Does get a Moxie boost here, so he's at +1 attack because we neutered his first Moxie boost. The rain is also gone. Conkeldurr coming in with full health. Rock Slide ready to go. That was so clutch, that bounce. I think Flare Blitz probably still does more than Snarl, right? And then Rock Slide. He's got to go for the Conkeldurr. We are still faster than him with our Incineroar, at least. Yeah, that does nice damage. Nothing I can really do about this. If the bounce KOs, the bounce KOs. Unless he gets paralyzed. No, he doesn't. And it does KO. So it's gonna come down to this. It is, does Flare Blitz do enough to KO the Gyarados? And that's it. It's gonna be close. If last turn was any indication, we are gonna go first. There's also the chance he gets paralyzed if it doesn't KO. Oh, he gets the KO. Let's go. That paralysis from the bounce was so clutch right there. It's not something you see often, but when it works out, baby, it works out. Beautiful, beautiful play right there. With that being said, we're probably gonna end with that game, guys. Thank you so much, those of you who watched. Some quick takes from the team. The Togekiss quick scoped lens damage just is absurd. I definitely enjoy that. The Conkeldurr also came in pretty clutch. I still probably would rather, maybe I'm using it wrong, but I love the build that I have on my Incineroar rather than the U-turn. Particularly on mine, we have the egg move, which is the parting shot, and you get that from the, oh, where did you get? Pangoro, I believe, is where I got that on mine. So I personally like parting shot more than U-turn, but I can see why you'd want U-turn in certain situations. And Gothitelle, honestly, its Shadow Trap came in super clutch multiple times. Got me that KO on the Togedemaru when they couldn't swap out. It helps you set up very nicely and stop your opponent from pivoting, which gives your Dynamax Pokemon some free opportunities for some good damage. Definitely enjoyed the Gothitelle, and it also surprisingly, it surprised me a couple of times with how much damage it did. I did not expect it to do that much damage. So that's gonna be it for this video. Next week we're gonna come out with a new team, definitely gonna be involving G-Max, Charizard. Also, I'm thinking about Venusaur on that team, something with some sunny speed control. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And we again will have in the description below the rental code and the PokePaste if you guys want to try this team out like the last one. And this one is for Will-O-Wisp. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more Pokemon ranked PvP content. This is Bad Sniper. Wait, what? Thank you guys for watching so much, and have a great day. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time.